Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. We are at the start of a brand new week. Welcome to Monday. Our teacher for this week is Jack Kornfield. And as a bit of an introduction, sorry, I see that maybe just a bit of an adjustment to my camera is necessary. Thank you. There we are. Right, as I said, our teacher this week is Jack Kornfield. And as a bit of a background, he spent the years 1967 to 1972 becoming a monk in Thailand and Burma. And since 1974, he has been teaching meditation worldwide and was instrumental in introducing Buddhist mindfulness specifically to the West. Anna Marie, good morning. Somebody, good morning. Awesome seeing you all here. Welcome to the start of a new week. Let's get into Jack Kornfield's message for us today. He says, the heart is like a garden. It can grow compassion or fear. It can grow resentment or love. What seeds will you plant there? The heart is like a garden. What seeds do you choose to plant in your heart garden? We do have the power to cultivate the inner landscape of our hearts. Each experience, thought, and interaction becomes a seed we sow. Over time, these seeds grow into the very essence of who we are. Hey, Anthony, good morning. Good to see you. Hello. As we embark on a new week, what kind of garden are we nurturing within? Will it be filled with vibrant blooms of compassion, forgiveness, and love? Or will it be choked by weeds of anger, fear, resentment? Charlene, good morning. Hello. Happy Monday. What seeds will you plant in your heart this week? Another thought from Jack Kornfield says, wherever you are, wherever it is you find yourself right now, that is the perfect place to awaken. This moment is the exact place to practice compassion and loving awareness. You have all the ingredients to breathe and find freedom just where you are. Last thought from Jack Kornfield says, may I be given the appropriate difficulties so that my heart can truly open with compassion. Imagine asking for that, he says. Danae, good morning. Happy Monday. I really appreciate this reminder from Jack as I step into a new week. There is no growth without facing difficulties. So instead of trying to avoid stumbling blocks and obstacles, I am asking, please send me the appropriate difficulties. Help me remember that there is no there on the horizon where finally I will be enlightened, but that right here, right now, facing what is right in front of me, is the perfect place to breathe and create an inner spaciousness from where I can see with more clarity. Jack Kornfield reminds us that the heart is like a garden. It can grow compassion or fear, resentment or love. What seeds am I planting in my heart this week? I will not act in fear. That's the seed I'm planting. I will stop and I will breathe, and I will not look away. I will see. And then I will consciously choose the action that is the true expression of the being that I am. I'm not creating in fear. I am creating in freedom. I choose to see all obstacles this week as appropriate difficulties. Grania, good morning. Hello, good to see you. And Danae, have I said good morning yet? If I have, I'll say it again. Good morning. Right, if you're ready, let's jump into this week together. You can close your eyes, and we'll start with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. breath in. And out. A deep inhale. And let it go. One more big breath in. And let it all flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, also raise yourself up. As you breathe in, stretch out your spine, lift the top of your head toward the ceiling. And once you've reached your full height, let all of it go. With every exhale, soften. With every breath out, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders, and drop your head. While you continue your full body breathing, inhaling all the way up and exhaling all the way down, I'd like to remind you of what exactly it is you're doing right now. You are taking your body by the hand and teaching it. You are letting your body know, pay attention. I want you to learn that this is how we are doing this. Unconscious breathing, not thinking about breathing and letting it happen just on autopilot, is an amazing system. It is the system that makes us survive. But it is not the system that makes us thrive. To thrive, we can't just be on autopilot. What is on autopilot is in survival. It's made for survival. Conscious breathing. That's what we need moments of in order to make sure we step out of survival and into something that is more spacious, something that gives us more option. Survival makes us shrink. It makes us contract, and in our body, our systems contract too. Survival means fight or flight, and in fight or flight, what needs most of our resources are our arms and our legs, the things that we either fight or run with. And even in our brain, When we are in survival, we get access only to thoughts that are about either fighting or running. But when we take a moment for conscious breathing, we expand. Even our arteries widen when we breathe deep into our belly. And instead of resources going to arms and legs, it is shared among all our organs. And in our brain, we get access to an openness, the parts of our brain that can think more clearly, that can think creatively, that include love and compassion and actual problem solving. Every time you stop for a few big, full body, conscious breaths, you step into a more spacious mind space. From here you can remember, what are the seeds I want to sow in my heart this week? Let me not just be on autopilot, but let me be deliberate. What seeds am I sowing in my heart garden this week? We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch and adjust and settle down into as much comfort as possible for the rest of our journey. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles, going forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big circles, nice and slow. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. You can lean your upper body over to the left and lean your upper body over to the right. Feel yourself leaning into your back muscles. Find where the edges are and gently lean into those edges. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a state of presence, or at least as much as we are able to do that right now, we can now turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this is always a really good place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, with every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. Let's take the next few big breaths together. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Feel how softness slips in and settles in every part of your body. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow through your body. Feel your shoulders slowly falling. Feel your body slowly softening. And feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping into a deeper level of surrender with every slow exhale. You can follow the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but hold it only for as long as it feels easy, followed by a really long, really slow exhale. With your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, see yourself standing at the start of a new week. Your toes are sticking over the edge and you are ready to dive in. Take your next big breath. standing at the start of a new week, let's remind ourselves of what lies ahead this week. We'll remind ourselves of what is known about the week ahead. So as you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, walk yourself through the days of this week. Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Remind yourself of what are the things that you know you need to get done this week. Create a clear picture of that. Who are the people you need to see this week? What are the places where you need to go this week? Take your next big breath. What are you creating this week? Take a moment to become clear about what you are creating this week. This could be anything from very clear work goals, a clear goal for your work this week. But it doesn't have to just be restricted to that. It can go all the way over to just how you show up this week, how you are being this week. We have so many interactions. Not all of it is about very tangible goals. The way we show up and interact with the humans around us, in our home, outside of our home, the way we interact with ourselves, these are all at the foundation of how we create. So what comes up clear for you? What are you creating this week? How are you creating this week? Take your next big breath. Take a moment to transport yourself to the end of the week. When you get to the next weekend and you look back, what would your checklist look like for the end of the week? When you review the week that has passed, what are things for which you'd like to say, I got this done, I got that done? Or are there things for which you'd like to say, I made progress on this one, or I started that one? If you had a checklist for the end of the week, what would that look like? Take your next big breath. And then we get back to Jack Kornfield's message. He says, your heart is like a garden. It can grow compassion or fear, resentment or love. What seeds will you plant there? What seeds will you plant this week? Seeds are things that grow, especially when we nurture them. And when we plant seeds, we tend to not see the results right now. So even if I plant these seeds this week, I might not be really good at it this week. But if I stick to it, if I keep nurturing it, it might be what I become. So I'll share with you the seeds I want to plant this week. You can try them out, or perhaps the seeds you want to plant will look slightly different. The first seeds I'm looking at planting this week are, I will not act in fear. I will not act in fear. And let's recognize again that if we plant the seeds this week, we might not see the results this week, but it means we have to keep nurturing these seeds we plant so that eventually we can see the results. I will not act in fear. What does that look like? Take your next big breath. Every reactive action we take is taken in fear. Every time we are reactive, that might mean being short with someone. That might mean hiding from what it is that we need to deal with. Every reactive action we take is taken in fear. It is an old pattern taking the action. I will not act in fear. Before acting, especially if I feel the reaction in my body, I will first stop and breathe. Can you see the image? Can you create that picture in your mind? Instead of reacting, stop and breathe. I will first give myself a bit of space to think. And if necessary, I might even say, I'm going to have to get back to you on this. Give me a moment. I'll get back to you shortly. So that I have time to breathe, time to think, time to ask for wisdom to respond. Create a clear picture in your mind of not reacting in fear, but taking action in wisdom. Take your next big breath. And how will I respond to obstacles and stumbling blocks this week? I love Jack Kornfield's reminder. We only grow when we're facing difficulties. And I choose to see every obstacle this week as an appropriate difficulty. I love the words he uses. Appropriate difficulty. Can you create that image? Can you rehearse this for a moment? That when you encounter your obstacles this week, can you stop for a few big breaths? Create some space to think? And then remind yourself that what this is an appropriate difficulty. These come your way so that you can grow. Take your next big breath. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, slipping out of the breath-holding space and into the next. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel softness slip into your body. and settle in every cell of your body. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can sit all the way back or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. I'll share with you one more time Jack Kornfield's message for the start of our week. He says, the heart is like a garden. It can grow compassion, it can grow fear, or it can grow resentment or love. What seeds will you plant there? He says, wherever you are, right now, this moment and this week, this is the perfect place to awaken. This moment is the exact place to practice compassion and loving awareness. You have all the ingredients to breathe and find freedom just where you are. And then Jack Kornfield asks, and I think it's perfect for the week ahead, for the start of our week, may I be given the appropriate difficulties so that my heart can truly open with compassion. He says, just imagine asking for that, the appropriate difficulties. What seeds are you planting this week? I will not act in fear. I will not be reactive and say things before I think. I will not take action before I think, because all of those reactive ways of being are triggered by fear. I will not act in fear. I will stop and breathe and give myself a moment to think. And when I act, I will act from wisdom. And as I face my own obstacles this week, I will remind myself, these are appropriate difficulties. These are the things I need to face in order to expand. My wish for you is appropriate difficulties this week, and not reacting in fear to any of them. But remembering to stop and breathe, and then act from wisdom. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you, and you are invited to say your own. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for the privilege of standing at the start of a new week. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for being given a moment to look into the week ahead and decide how I want to step into this week. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder to not react to everything on autopilot. Because when I am repeatedly reacting from autopilot, I'm just in survival mode. And I'm likely to repeat the same old patterns again and again. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for the reminder to stop and breathe. Get out of autopilot. Take a moment to think and act from wisdom. That is exactly how I stop repeating old patterns. And understand that every obstacle is an appropriate difficulty. I can't expect my days to not have obstacles in them. I will embrace every hardship as an appropriate difficulty. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for jumping into the week along with us. Bossy, a very good morning. I'm so happy that you were able to drop in. Maggie, good morning. Happy Monday. It's so good to see you here. Linda, good morning. Happy Monday. Thanks for dropping in with us. Thank you, Anne-Marie. Thank you, Danae. Thank you, Anthony and Sunmarie and Charlene. Spread your wings. Fly off into the week. I'm sure you are going to create at your highest potential. Have a good one. Make the best of this week. I'll see you again tomorrow. Ciao, ciao.